Hello one and all, my name is Ryan Bruce, my friends call me Fluff, and today on Riffs, Beards, and Gear, we check out the brand new Stingray 2 Cory Wong signature guitar from Ernie Music Man. Of all the things that came out at NAMM 2025, the one thing I did not have on my bingo card was an Ernie Music Man Cory Wong guitar, but it's awesome. And I finally get to check one out, and that's what we are going to dive into today. And before we go any further, this is not a sponsored video. I am a longtime Ernie Music Man artist. I am not being paid to make this video. This is a loaner guitar that is going back to headquarters after I make this video. Ernie Music Man have no input in this video. All thoughts and opinions are mine. So when you take a gander at the Stingray 2, you think a couple of different things. First, I thought, oh wow, it's the body, it's the bass body. It's a Stingray bass shrunk down in guitar form. Brilliant. Second, you think, wait, Cory Wong and Ernie Music Man? And then third, you think, look at the headstock. It's huge. You would be right. So the Stingray 2 features the largest headstock on an Ernie Music Man guitar since the 70s models, right? This is my original 76 Stingray 1, and you know what? I love it. Except, you know, Cory has the 4 and 2, which I prefer. Now within the Cory Wong Stingray 2 universe, there is a standard trim level, and then you have this deluxe trim level denoted by fancier things like, you know, binding on the neck and just general bling. This color I have here is pine green, which I am totally in love with. Now other features include an alder body, a roasted maple neck with a maple fretboard, 2 humbuckers, and a classic 2-point tremolo. There's no coil tapping on this guitar. Really, you can think of this as Cory's straight up rock guitar. So as far as overall feel and how it sits in the lap, this is a very compact feeling guitar because the neck is kind of sunk in a little bit, not quite as much as something like a Luke. So if you've ever played a Luke, those feel extremely compact just because the bridge is set so far back in the body. This is kind of like that, but not quite so, all right? This is somewhere in between how a Stingray RS and a Luke feel as it pertains to the balance when it's sitting on your lap, all right? So you're right at home, 25.5-inch scale, I love it. Now let's talk about the pickups. These are special edition Cory Wong spec HT pickups from Music Man. I was expecting vintage voicing, given, you know, Cory's background with, you know, stratty tones and funk stuff. That's not what these are. These are rock pickups. I would liken these to a vintage hot, not necessarily paffy. There's much more body than like a paffy kind of a pickup. However, I would liken it to, yeah, like a hot paff, big rock, 70s rock, 80s rock, definitely not metal, although this can do the heavy stuff just fine. I don't know, I was pretty surprised by them, honestly. So what do I think? This is a killer guitar. Real talk. I love the color. I love the balance. Honestly, I love the weight. It's slightly on the lighter side. This particular guitar clocks in at just over 7 pounds. There's other examples that you can find on, AMS or Sweetwater that weigh like 6.5 pounds. This definitely will not break your back. However, it is very comfortable doing the rock and the hard rock thing unbelievably. And I never thought I would be ripping out on a Cory Wong guitar. And it's really surprising that you can do that. But again, a good guitar is a good guitar. Definitely a really welcome addition to the entire Ernie Ball Music Man line. I'm stoked on it. All the pickable links down below in the description. And with that, you've been wonderful. I've been Fluff. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.